Hello, everybody. It's your boy, Sil. We're back at it. Apparently, we upgraded? What's the button for that? Aha, it was this. How many skill points we have 6 skill points to spend. Let's pick up some strength. Or some stealth. Yeah, that's what I'm liking. Mark Prey. Let's pick up Marked Prey. I think that's good. Level 3 Ranger, though. Let's level this boy up. Let's pick up some mechanics and survival, because that's useful. I like Necrotic Lance. Oh, we get 2. Merciless Gaze. Yeah, let's pick those up. There we go. So we need to go to the tree, alright? Where we left off previously, we had gone to sleep and had a dream and wanted to go to a tree. So let's go to a tree. So I've recently finished reading On Clean again. And I started On Dead. Which was a novel by an author whose name escapes me, and it's on my phone, so... Well, it's also on my Kindle, but that's also out of reach. So rip. I mean, we're definitely taking the money. There we go. Alright, I think I figured it out. That's not the pistol. Pistols exist in this? That's interesting. What's the map button? There's the map button. Alright, so the tree's like right here. Okay. Let's go. Oh, someone's glowing purple.
Were you looking for someone in that tree? I could introduce you.
Strange way to talk of your dead. Half the town's up there now, seems like. No right way to talk about it. Fair enough. The squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bow that sags at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen bulges over the rope that suspends her. Her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objectives. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out toward the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you've expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing electrical surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in space, occupied only by you and that hanging woman. And when you open the image, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, her body still swaying in the wind. You no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. She gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaks as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes? Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no? Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's
Sorry,
work.
I'm not speaking. I
We
want
know
to hear
little
this.
of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again. But less than what we lost. We try to stop it with... A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think. Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice. No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler.
Mercy.
A mercy even. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I. Where the world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing.
I'm surprised this
things
is all
for the
fully
first
voice acted,
time
but
that
I know
have
this is like,
always been there.
it feels like a major part of the story, so it kind of makes sense. I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm further away all of a sudden. I've leaned back in my recliner to listen to this.
You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay. What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times.
Alright, so tell me.
Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a
So
time,
reincarnation
and
is a thing
born
here.
into it. Sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on. And those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either leaving or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how.
Alright.
A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their honor can
Oh, so that's what
recall.
happened when we talked to that
Wonder
golden
to
guy.
behold when all goes
We were
well.
seeing
A
his
wonder.
past. That's cool that they would do that and make it like the Kickstarter characters.
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just... You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not me. I'll bore you to tears, though. A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been
Ooh,
made in my
I like
lifetime.
breakthroughs.
Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak. But the best of us, the best, inspirations, miracle workers. My parents were soul twins, miserable before they met, empty inside. It's a...
She laughs, a rasping choked cackle escaping between rows of buttery yellow teeth, causing her body to bob up and down each spasm.
Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance, a humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She... Good.
Crucible of the soul. Well, that's interesting. And I suspect that's how it explains how you survived the bivouac, huh? Alright, let's continue on. Travel to Caed Nua.
17 and a half.
Wait, what?
17 and a half. No, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman. The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. The people hanging from the tree. Name's Adair.
Adair.
Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved. I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Careful, friend. Let's not use that word round here. There'll be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around
This man's
here.
voice
Radric
sounds very
especially.
familiar.
They come through these parts all the time with
I like it.
cures, preying on the desperate.
I hope he can come with me.
None of them are who
I
they
like him
claim
more
to
than the
be.
wizard.
Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, the town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
Got involved. Radric sent men down here the other day, so they had in a good authority someone in town was working with Kolsk, plotting Radric's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward, so Swithin, that's my headman, he steps up and says it's him. I took him at his word. Bound to happen sooner or later, if not plotting against Radric, then for protecting me.
Pick the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, there was a temple to him, to give you some idea. Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe. Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the
Yeah,
hanging
no,
these
they don't.
days, but when Radric's men come, they got no problem doing the...
Drinking, mostly. I like this guy.
Seem to remember hearing something about
I
that
like
years
this
ago.
guy. I want him to come with me.
Dang
Way
it.
more than the elf.
People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath.
Come on, join me.
A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him.
His
Oh, I
brother.
never thought of it before.
Ooh.
Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger, and a strange one at that. But truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
Oh, you can scroll back up. Okay, that's cool. There's a fine reason if I've ever heard one.
All right then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. As long as you're not the one picking the sights.
Yes! I got a cool new dude and I love him so much. What is he, a paladin? Fighter? What is he? Level 2 fighter. Oh, look at that character model. Oh, he's awesome. Let's get some athletics. Let's get some lore. Some survival. Get some mechanics. Those are all like the multi-class feats, right? Yeah. Let's pick up rapid recovery. Oh, there are more talents. Trains to carry new defensive strategies. We should pick up Hold the Line for this dude. Awesome. Oh, we have to level them up individually. Okay, okay. Ooh, we get a new class unlock. Guardian Stance. Lowers accuracy but increases deflection of nearby allies. Defender. The fighter adopts a more conservative combat strategy, concentrating on locking down enemies that stray too close. I think we want to take Defender. I think we want this person to be our tank. There we go. Awesome. So we want to take the road south. Can I change our formation here? There we go. Oh, that's what? You can do that? Can I go back into that for a second? Oh yeah, we want this here. And we want these boys back here like this. Oh, that's awesome. That's legitimately cool as fuck. Also, this dude is 91 health. What a pimp. Alright, everybody. That's going to be that episode. That was a lot of fun. I actually just had a blast with the lore and meeting this cool-ass pimp named Eater. Alright, everybody. Comment, like. I hope he doesn't die in a scripted event. Goodbye.